My favorite interview experience was Janet Jackson, just because I've been a fan of her since I was, a kid. And just to be able to have her in the studio with me
Presents.
all to myself, asking her questions and
Oh,
she's
that's
answering
awesome.
them. And it just, I've always had this, this fantasy in my head that she's like a big sister to me.
Okay, but that's
Yeah.
really cool. Oh my God. That is
And
like
so just
so
to be able
iconic.
to interview her and I just watched, I don't know, did you get a chance to watch her documentary on Lifetime
I didn't know
recently?
it was on.
It
There
was
is something on
amazing.
that.
It was one she produced herself. So
Okay.
it was like, it wasn't like someone did this documentary and they're guessing what happened. She actually had a hand in it herself. And she
Interesting.
revealed
Okay.
so many things that we may not have known. They were like, you should take it. And it
Mhm.
really was, what I felt like that move did for me more than anything. I really don't feel like it was a career thing as much,
Yeah.
because I was already in New York, you make it to
Yeah.
number one,
So it's
so
like
it
a life
wasn't like
thing.
it was a life thing. I felt like San Diego for me had healing powers.
Oh
I
wow.
really felt like I got there and I did a lot of healing, because if you can imagine, you have that bump in your road in your career and it wasn't what you planned. You were doing everything right, but still that happened to you. And so it was kind of traumatic for me. And so when I went to San Diego, it was like it helped me heal because it was such a beautiful place. Going to the ocean all the time really was very healing for me,
Hmm.
and going on long hikes. And I got a lot healthier and I was happier as a result. And and although I had done quite a bit of television.
Achieve that in life, even being 30, you have achieved an inner serenity. And that's sensational. I mean, what advice would you give to people since you've achieved it? Like, I could tell, like, you're like just lounging, your jewels. Like, that's what you remind me of. Just like,
You know what? To tell you the truth, I can't say, because there's no such thing as perfection. We're all constantly learning. No matter
mhm,
how old you get, you're
yeah.
constantly learning. That's one thing. I used to think that once I got to a certain age, I was going to know everything. And then I finally realized, no, there's no time in my life that I'm ever going to know everything.
True.
Even when I'm 90, I'm going to be learning. And
Yeah.
so when you figure that out, you're like, okay, you're less critical of yourself. And I'm certainly by no means I feel like sometimes I still feel like a hot mess, but I do know that
Okay.
I have a lot of wisdom and a lot of
Hmm.
experience, under my belt, and I'm more confident in myself. That doesn't mean that I'm perfect or I feel like
No.
I won't have days, because I do have days where I worry. But when I have those days, I quickly recognize it. And I think that's from all the years of therapy, to tell you the truth, to be honest with you. I quickly recognize when I'm being hard on myself, or
Mhm.
when I'm worrying to a point where it's just not healthy. And I
Yeah.
reel it in and I remind myself that, all is well. You're not
Mhm.
perfect. You're learning constantly. And I do feel like I've been given to, when I pray, if I'm nervous about something, I'll say, God, thank you for giving me all the tools that I'll need to be successful at this. And then that gives me confidence to move forward. So I guess that's the advice I can give. You know how they say, in I think Glinda the Good Witch said to Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. Remember, she said, "You've had it all along," or something like that.
I don't know.
At
And
the
then she clicks
end,
her shoes or something.
yeah, at the end,
Yeah,
she told
something like
me, "You
that.
had it all along."
Yeah.
And so I think it's the same with us all.
Hmm.
Once you get to a certain point, if you're really paying attention to the lessons you've learned,
Yeah.
it's like you realize, wait a minute, I've had it in me all along. It's like you think that, that and that's always been my thing. So I
Mhm.
am very happy. But at the same time, there's this odd duality that I've suffered some depressions over my life. And everyone thinks happy, 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 but I've also been sad, sad, sad in some points. And so what I've learned from all of those experiences is that I don't like to be sad. I don't think most people like to be sad.
No.
And so what I've tried to do is figure out, how can I get myself out of this? So because
You're a
I've
fighter.
worked a fighter, and I've learned over the years what, what makes you depressed. And then
Hmm.
to put yourself in to pay attention. I think that's what we all, because a lot of times we're kind of going through life just kind of It's almost like we're on this
This?
hamster wheel. Yes, with
Yeah.
blinders on a hamster wheel, and we don't often
Stop.
pay attention to what we're going through. Like we will try to numb ourselves out by
True.
eating or drinking or whatever it is we do. And we don't really delve into what makes us unhappy or what is this and how can I, you're resilient, the stick-to-itiveness. If you have that, you can achieve it. No one else can block the blessings that God has for you. No
I
one.
love
You know?
that so much because my mom has always had a saying for me, and that's you plant yourself like a tree and you don't move. And when people are coming at you, you stand there. Nobody can erase you but you.
Mm-hmm.
And that analogy has really stayed with me because it's so true and vital.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on another end, on a positive note, on your new radio show, want to talk a little
Mm-hmm.
bit about that? That'd be really fun
Yeah.
since you're happy with that.
I also wanted to mention to you, because you were saying sometimes with comments and such
Oh,
where you
yes.
feel dehumanized sometimes, you also have to, and you'll probably, I don't know how old you are, you look really young to me.
21.
Yeah, you said 21?
Yeah, my
Oh my
birthday
God.
was April 18th.
Oh, happy belated birthday.
You,
So
Shelley, what is your
birthday's
birthday?
the day after Easter. My brother's birthday was the 17th.
Okay.
And I'm not extraordinarily into astrology, but I'm a Sagittarian.
I mean, oh my God, I love Sagittarius. Stop. I'm an
Yeah,
Aries. Sagittarius
yeah,
and Aries
I
get
know,
along
and
so
that's
well.
why I was telling you. That's why I
Oh,
was
yes.
telling you. My most compatible signs are allegedly Aries and Leo. and
Yep.
and again, my two sisters are Leos, and my brother is an Aries.
Oh, fabulous. Okay. So when can people listen to you? And where
I'm
can
on
they follow
air.
you on social media?
I'm on air on 94.7 The Block, New York, every day from 2 to 7 p.m. I'm the afternoon host. And people from all over the country can listen wherever you are by downloading the Odyssey app. That's AUDACY, the Odyssey app.
Okay,
And
cool.
search for 94.7 The Block, New York, and then you can hear me on